Some mothers survive everything. Abuse, poverty, shame, abandonment. They survive all of it and come out still loving people. Catherine survived all of it. And then her daughter killed her. She was 15 when it happened. A family friend. Someone her parents trusted. Someone who sat at their table and ate their food and knew exactly how old she was. Her family didn't throw her out. That matters. In many places, they would have. But her parents stayed beside her. They helped her carry the pregnancy. And when the baby came, a girl, they named her Thelma and helped raise her while Catherine tried to put herself back together. Catherine didn't hate the baby. She never hated Thelma. That was the kind of woman she was. She left to study fashion. Not running away, she said. Just learning to breathe. She started a small shop in Woos. 2 sewing machines. Fabrics folded in the corner. A handwritten sign on the door that said Cathy Stitches. She was good at it. Quietly, slowly, she got very good at it. Paschal found her through a photo a friend posted online. He came in looking for a kaftan. He was a doctor. Steady. Quiet. The kind of man who listened when you talked and remembered what you said 3 weeks later. He came back more than the fittings required. One evening Catherine told him the truth. Everything. The family friend. The pregnancy. The daughter she hadn't raised. The years she spent just trying to become someone. He listened. He didn't move. When she finished, he said, "That doesn't change anything." She had heard many things from many men. She had never heard that. He proposed in the middle of her workshop, kneeling between the fabric swatches, a velvet ring box in his hands. She cried. They married. Small wedding. People came from all over Woos. Catherine had become something the neighborhood was proud of. And then Paschal said something that made her cry again. "Let Thelma come live with us," he said. "She's grown now. She deserves to be close to her mother." Catherine couldn't speak for a moment. "She's your daughter," he said. "Which means she's mine too." That night, they painted Thelma's room lavender and yellow. Catherine kept stopping to look at it. A family. Finally whole. Finally complete. She didn't know what she was walking into. Neither did Paschal. Thelma arrived and she was beautiful. 19 years old. Tall. Bright. Curly hair. Sharp eyes. Paschal had prepared everything. A study desk. A walk-in closet. A laptop. A framed photo of the 3 of them on the bedside table. Thelma noticed all of it. She noticed the way Paschal opened the car door for her mother without being asked. The way he laughed at Catherine's jokes. The way he looked at her, like she was something worth protecting. Something woke up in Thelma that she didn't know how to name. She would say later that she wanted to be her mother. Not replace her. Just be her. Have what she had. Be loved the way she was loved. But that is not what her actions said. It started small. Standing too close. Wearing clothes she didn't need to wear when he was home. Saying things that weren't quite wrong but weren't quite right either. Paschal noticed. It scared him. He said nothing at first, hoping he was wrong. He was not wrong. One evening Catherine went to church for choir rehearsal. Thelma came into the sitting room in shorts too short for the weather. She put her hand on Paschal's shoulder. He removed it. "Don't do that," he said. "Do what?" She said, like she didn't know. He took her to his hospital. Neutral ground. He sat her down and told her clearly. "I am married to your mother. I will never be available to you in any way. Not now. Not ever." She sat there with a small smile that didn't move. As she left, she said, "You regret this." He told Catherine everything. Catherine held the messages with shaking hands. These were not messages you could misunderstand. They were direct. Deliberate. Catherine wept. They confronted Thelma together. She cried and apologized and said she was confused. She's just a child, Catherine said that night. She'll outgrow this. Paschal looked at the ceiling. He had seen the look in Thelma's eyes. There was nothing childish about it. In her room that night, Thelma sat in the dark. Paschal had said one sentence she could not get out of her head. I can never be with another woman as long as my wife lives. She turned it over. And over. And over. As long as my wife lives. She went online. She found a seller. She bought something with no label and no instructions. She told herself she wasn't going to kill anyone. She only wanted her mother to sleep. It was a Harmattan morning. Cool and dry. Catherine woke up early to make breakfast. Yam and egg sauce. She was humming. Thelma came into the kitchen. Sweet. Helpful. She poured her mother a glass of mango juice and handed it to her. Catherine drank it. Paschal kissed Catherine goodbye and went to work. He turned to Thelma on his way out. Take care of your mom. Of course, Thelma said. She smiled. By noon, Catherine's body had started failing her. He called Paschal. Just a fever, she said. He texted her the name of a mild painkiller. Thelma was already putting on her shoes. She came back with the medication. Catherine swallowed the pills with the rest of the juice. 30 minutes later, she couldn't lift her arms. She tried to reach her phone. Her limbs wouldn't respond. She looked across the room. Thelma was sitting on the couch scrolling through her phone. Thelma, Catherine said. Her daughter looked up slowly. Yes, Mom. I can't feel. Thelma stood. She walked over. She looked down at her mother. She didn't call for help. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She just stood there. Catherine looked up at her daughter's face. And that was the last thing she saw. Paschal came home when the call stopped going through. He found her on the couch. Still. He shook her. He checked her pulse. He pressed her chest. He called her name until his voice broke. She had been dead for hours. That night, alone in the house, he dreamed of her. She was standing in the living room, glowing faintly. Paschal, she said. Catherine. I was killed. He woke up at 3 a.m. soaked in sweat. He called his colleague before sunrise. I need an autopsy. 2 days later the results came back. Poison. He sat on the floor and didn't get up for a long time. Then he thought about the juice. The medication. The daughter who had been right there. He went to Thelma's room. She was on her bed in pajamas, scrolling her phone, looking like someone with no weight on her at all. He sat down. He talked to her slowly. Calmly. The way a doctor delivers a diagnosis they already know. When he put the autopsy report in her hands and watched her eyes stop on the word poison, he saw the mask slip. She held out for a few minutes. Then. I didn't mean to kill her. Paschal went still. I only wanted her to sleep, Thelma said, her voice cracking. I just wanted a few hours with you. To talk to you alone. I used the sedative powder. I didn't know it would. I didn't know the pills would react with it. I didn't. You wanted your own mother out of the way, Paschal said. I loved her. You don't kill who you love. He stood up. His legs barely carried him out of the room. Outside, was moved the way it always did. People buying, selling, going, leaving. Like a woman hadn't just told her stepfather she killed her mother for wanting his attention. She confessed at the police station the next morning. She said it out loud, with a tape recorder on the table. I poisoned my mother, Catherine Nwachukwu. I caused her death. The trial was short. There was nothing to argue about. The evidence spoke clearly, and so did she. On the stand she said, "I don't expect forgiveness. I wanted her life. I wanted what she had. Something inside me broke. I didn't mean to kill her. But I did. And I will never forgive myself." Her grandmother collapsed in the gallery. The judge found her guilty of manslaughter. 12 years. As the officers led her out, she looked at Paschal one last time. "I'm sorry," she said. He closed his eyes. "I know," he said quietly. The house was empty after that. Catherine was in everything. The curtains. The spice rack. The half-finished dress on the table in the sewing room. A dress she had been making for their anniversary dinner. Paschal found her letter folded inside the sewing room. Her mother had kept it for him. "My Paschal. If you're reading this, something must have gone wrong. But I want you to know, loving you was the best decision I ever made. You saw me. Not my past. Not my scars. Just me. Thank you for giving me a life I never thought I'd have. Please take care of Thelma. She's broken in ways we didn't see. But she's still our daughter. Don't let pain destroy you. Sow love back into your world. That's what I would do. Forever yours, Catherine." He read it twice. Then he put it down and didn't touch it for a week. She had known. Not the details. But that something dark was coming. And she had kept loving. She had kept choosing people. She had painted that room lavender and yellow. He reopened her shop. Not for business. He turned it into a free space where survivors of abuse could come and learn to sew. Young women came. Single mothers. Girls who had nothing. They sat at the machines and they made things with their hands, and slowly, carefully, they started to come back to themselves. He hung Catherine's motto at the entrance. Create. Heal. Rise. A year later, a letter arrived from the prison. It was from Thelma. She had joined the creative arts program. She was learning to design. She was reading legal books. She wrote, "I think about her every day. I still cry. But I also remember her smile. I want to be better. For her." Paschal folded the letter and put it beside Catherine's. This is the story of a woman who survived everything. A man who violated her when she was 15. Years of raising herself alone. Poverty. Shame. A marriage that finally felt like peace. She survived all of it. And then she was killed by the daughter she had just brought home. The daughter she painted a room for. The daughter she trusted because she always chose to trust people. Catherine was 37 years old. There is one thing that people in will still argue about. Paschal told Catherine the truth. He showed her the messages. He warned her clearly. And Catherine said, "She's just a child. She'll outgrow this." So here is the question this story leaves behind. Did Catherine know, somewhere deep down, exactly what her daughter was becoming? Did she see it and choose love anyway? Or was she simply a woman who could not stop believing in people, even when the evidence was sitting right there in her hands? Because if she saw it and stayed, that is one kind of tragedy. And if she didn't see it, that is another. Either way, she's gone. And the room is still lavender and yellow. What do you think? Did Catherine choose love when she should have chosen safety? And if she had put Thelma out of that house the moment Paschal showed her those messages, would she still be alive today? Drop your answer in the comments. Because I've been thinking about this story and I still don't know the answer.
The end. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and drop your comment. Tell us where you are watching from. Turn on the notification so you'll be notified immediately we drop our next story. Stay safe.